Tell me how you feel, yeah.
Internet, we share, you can't count the internet. When we share the power, energy, or gas, it's easy to count because in the house, 3 rooms. And when I'm outside more than 200 days in the whole year, and another my roommates using the AC every day, doesn't matter which it's a day or it's a night, and it's working all the time. They use the gas, they use water a lot, so...
They have a different job than you, right? So your job requires you to leave, theirs doesn't. Do you say that to the landlord? Hey, I've been gone. I don't want to pay you rent for 200 days that I'm gone.
No.
You don't do that. Why don't you do that?
Because I have the agreement with my landlord. With Garrett, I don't have nothing.
Judge Juarez.
So who appointed you the person that was going to take over responsibility for managing this?
It's not me to manage. It was just a turn of time because I'm the most senior tenant there.
We had lead tenant in one of our cases, and today we have a senior tenant.
I wish I got some perks from this title, you know?
You deserved them probably because you put in, by the way, we didn't show these, but you put in a tremendous amount of work.
Yeah.
Creating these spreadsheets and dividing things up. It shouldn't have been your responsibility. It really should have been the landlord's responsibility.
I concur completely.
Have you spoken to the landlord about this?
Yes.
And how did that go?
It's not his problem, as he says.
What is his problem?
Just the rent.
Okay, so one of the things you did was you added on 10% interest.
Correct.
Which is the legal rate of interest, and
That's
you
correct.
compounded it annually. What makes you think you can add on 10% interest pre-judgment and pre-lawsuit?
It's the law. It's written in the statutes.
Any unpaid debt,
That's correct.
you can add 10% to? What
Annually.
statute is that?
I mean, you can Google it on your phone right now, California state laws.
California state laws we're Googling now?
If it pleases you.
Any unpaid debt without an agreement to charge interest
That's correct.
can be 10% interest,
That's
compounded.
the legal procedure.
We'll go ahead and Google that. So I'm just very troubled by how all of this happened. Sir, do you have your bank statements with you showing that you paid another roommate? I mean, you may not have printed them out, but do you have them on your phone?
Yes.
Because what I'm trying to figure out now is if you have proof on your phone that you paid your roommate for the utilities, that's very important to me.
I can try to find.
And which roommate is this?
His name is Archil.
Is that roommate the one that took over for the plaintiff when he was gone?
No.
No. Somebody was living in your room while you were in Peru, correct?
That was another roommate, yeah.
A different roommate.
Correct.
That was Yaroslav.
That's correct. Archie was a tenant before Yaroslav. Yaroslav and this gentleman here both moved in while I was in Peru.
So you didn't know who they were?
I knew who both of them were.
How did you know if you were...
We had worked together in the past.
I don't have any more questions.
I don't either.
We're good? Thank you both very much. We'll excuse you while we deliberate in this matter. Gentlemen, we have arrived at a verdict. It's unanimous. Let me say, Mr. Brunkwell, we greatly appreciated the time and effort you put into trying to make this as clear and concise as you could for us. We did not, however, agree with your interpretation of the law. Our view is different. This was a disputed amount, and even after a concession with respect to liability of some of the money, the defendant did not agree on an actual amount that he owed you. And our understanding is that when there isn't that kind of an agreement, it would be inappropriate to add an arbitrary 10% compounded interest to the entire debt that was owed to you.
Your Honor.
Therefore,
You're wrong about the law. Read it.
Okay.
It has to be vested. You're wrong.
It's for small claims, that's how it applies.
You're wrong.
Yeah, small
I mean-
claims is small claims.
We can read it together.
And we have every right, after hearing the evidence and reviewing it, to come to a determination that's fair and reasonable. And you have agreed by submitting your claim to us to accept our ruling in that regard. Therefore, our verdict is in favor of the plaintiff for $3,241. That's the verdict of the court.